A woman more precious than diamonds is not defined by the shine on her finger or the glitter in her crown, but by the weight of her spirit, the depth of her wisdom, and the strength of her endurance. Diamonds may sparkle in the light, but they do not cry in the midnight hour. Diamonds may catch the attention of men, but they cannot carry the burdens of life and still rise again with dignity. A woman who knows her worth is more radiant than any stone cut from the earth, because she has been shaped not by man's hand, but by the divine hand of the Creator. You see, a diamond sits in a case admired for its beauty, but it cannot nurture, it cannot heal, it cannot carry generations in its womb. But a woman, oh, a woman, she is the vessel through which nations are born, the nurturer through which dreams are fed, the warrior who fights unseen battles with courage and grace. Her value cannot be measured by carats, but by character. Her worth cannot be weighed in gold, but in how she stands when life tries to break her, how she prays when storms rage around her, how she keeps on giving when she herself is empty. A diamond is admired for its hardness, but a woman is cherished for her softness that does not mean weakness, but power under control. The tenderness in her touch, the compassion in her eyes, the wisdom in her counsel, these are the treasures that cannot be bought in any marketplace. She shines not because light reflects on her, but because light radiates from within her. Some may try to define her worth by what she wears, what she owns, or how she looks, but the truth is her worth is eternal. Her beauty is not fleeting, because it is not built on surface things. It is built on faith, built on resilience, built on a heart that knows how to love even when it has been broken, a soul that knows how to rise even when it has been pressed down. Diamonds may last forever, but a woman more precious than diamonds builds legacies that outlive her name. She raises children, she strengthens families, she lifts communities. Her wisdom becomes the guiding light for generations to come. She is the backbone when everything else is fragile, the prayer warrior when the house is under attack, the encourager when hope is fading. When you find such a woman, you have found treasure beyond measure. You have found strength clothed in gentleness, dignity wrapped in humility, faith shining brighter than any jewel. And when she walks into a room, she does not need applause, she does not need validation, because she already knows who she is. She carries herself with a grace that cannot be taught and a power that cannot be bought. She is rare, she is radiant, she is refined by fire, and just like diamonds, she has been pressed, she has been cut, she has been shaped by life's trials, but unlike diamonds, she has a heart that still beats, a spirit that still loves, a soul that still believes. That is why she is more precious than diamonds. A woman more precious than diamonds is not measured by what she wears, nor by the ornaments that shine upon her. Her worth is deeper than any gemstone that the earth could ever produce. Diamonds may be rare, but the rarity of a woman who carries grace, dignity, strength, and wisdom surpasses all earthly treasures. Diamonds are found in the depths of the earth, under pressure and heat. But a woman more precious than diamonds is formed in the depths of life's trials, through storms and struggles, through prayers whispered in the midnight hours and tears shed in silence. Her sparkle comes not from the reflection of light, but from the fire she has endured and the faith she has held onto when everything around her seemed dark. A diamond does not choose its shape or cut, but a woman more precious than diamonds knows how to shape her life by choices that reflect her character and her convictions. She decides to rise even when life has knocked her down. She decides to keep loving when betrayal has scarred her heart. She decides to nurture even when her own soul feels weary. She is not just surviving, she is sculpting herself into the vessel she was destined to be. She carries inside her a treasure chest of wisdom that no jeweler can measure, for her value lies in her heart and her spirit, not in what she owns or what the world applauds. Diamonds may sparkle for the eye, but a woman more precious than diamonds touches the soul. She speaks words that heal wounds deeper than flesh. She pours into lives with compassion that no stone could ever give. She carries in her being the resilience to stand when the winds of adversity blow and the storms of disappointment rage. She is not hollow, she is not shallow. She is filled with a depth of love and a strength of spirit that generations depend upon. A diamond may be admired from afar, but a woman more precious than diamonds walks among us as a living testimony of God's craftsmanship, a miracle clothed in humanity, carrying eternity within her womb, her prayers, and her influence. There are those who mistake beauty for worth, who see appearance but do not discern value. Yet a woman more precious than diamonds cannot be measured by fleeting standards. She is not defined by what she looks like in youth, nor diminished by the years as they pass. Her beauty is woven into her endurance, her patience, her ability to turn pain into power, to turn weakness into strength, to turn obstacles into stepping stones. She is radiant not because life has been easy, but because she has learned how to shine in the midst of darkness, how to carry light when others would have collapsed under the weight of despair. A diamond's worth rises in markets, but a woman's worth rises in her legacy. What she pours into her children, what she imparts into her family, what she releases into her community echoes beyond time. A woman more precious than diamonds is a builder, building lives, building futures, building hope where there was none. She is a nurturer, a teacher, a guide, a warrior. She holds together what others let fall apart. She weaves threads of love into broken fabric. She speaks life into places that seemed barren, and though life may press her, though struggles may bruise her, though losses may shake her, her value does not decrease. In fact, every storm adds to her worth, every trial adds to her depth, every tear polishes her into something more radiant than before. She is more than ornamental beauty, she is functional power. She is the quiet strength when a household is trembling, the gentle voice of reason when chaos threatens, the relentless intercessor when all hope seems gone. She is more precious than diamonds because she is not just admired, she is needed. She is not just noticed, she is essential. She does not just sparkle for a season, she sustains through generations. A woman more precious than diamonds is not revealed in the spotlight of celebration, but in the quiet moments when no one is watching. She is seen in the way she rises before dawn to prepare for her family, in the way she carries the weight of responsibility with a grace that seems effortless. Diamonds sit in velvet cases, admired for their shine, but a woman's worth shines most when she is carrying burdens that would break others, and yet still walks with dignity. Her beauty is not fragile, it is fortified through sacrifice, resilience, and perseverance. She is precious because her life is not lived for herself alone. She gives, she serves, she uplifts, and she carries futures within her hands. A diamond is made valuable because of its rarity, but a woman more precious than diamonds is rare because she cannot be duplicated. There is no other voice like hers, no other presence like hers, no other influence like hers. She may not always be recognized in the halls of power, but her presence shifts the atmosphere of every room she enters. Her counsel becomes the wisdom others lean on. Her prayers become the shield that guards her household. Her love becomes the force that knits broken pieces back together. She is rare because she is authentic, and in a world that chases after the superficial, authenticity shines brighter than any jewel. When the pressures of life bear down, when disappointment presses hard, it is then that the essence of her worth is revealed. Like diamonds formed in darkness and heat, her strength is forged in adversity. She knows what it is to cry silently and still wake up with hope. She knows what it is to feel overlooked and still pour herself into others. She knows what it is to walk through valleys and yet keep her eyes lifted toward the hills. Each scar tells a story of survival. Each wrinkle is a testimony of wisdom gained. Each gray hair is a crown of honor that time cannot diminish. These are the marks of value that no jeweler could measure. She is more precious than diamonds because her beauty is not passive, it is active. She does not just exist to be admired, she exists to impact. A diamond may adorn the finger of royalty, but a woman adorns life with her presence, her touch, her influence. She carries a strength that stabilizes, a gentleness that heals, and a wisdom that directs. She can turn a house into a home, a struggle into a testimony, a seed into a harvest. Her presence shifts despair into hope and transforms emptiness into abundance. What makes her more precious than diamonds is that her value cannot be diminished by circumstance. If diamonds fall, they may shatter, but when a woman more precious than diamonds falls, she rises again. She rises stronger, wiser, more radiant than before. Her faith keeps her anchored, her vision keeps her moving, her love keeps her giving. She is unstoppable not because life spares her from pain, but because pain cannot rob her of purpose. She carries a divine assignment that no hardship can erase, a mission that no trial can cancel. Her worth is not limited to herself. It extends beyond her, flowing into generations. She becomes the foundation on which families are built, the bridge over which others walk to find their way, the well from which many draw strength. Diamonds may sit in safes guarded from thieves, but a woman more precious than diamonds invests her life into others, pouring out without fear of running dry, because she draws from an endless source of strength within. She is not just a possession to be displayed, she is a force to be reckoned with. Her laughter carries healing, her tears carry intercession, her words carry wisdom, her silence carries power. She does not have to announce her value, for her very being declares it. She is quiet strength in storms, the steady hand in chaos, the faithful presence in uncertainty. She is more precious than diamonds because while diamonds may shine only when light hits them, she carries her own light, burning within, unshaken by shadows and unbroken by darkness. A woman more precious than diamonds is a living testimony that value is not determined by material possession, but by the depth of her heart and the resilience of her soul. Her worth is immeasurable because it cannot be placed on a scale, it cannot be tagged with a price, and it cannot be compared to earthly treasures. She has within her an unshakable spirit, a reservoir of strength that has been refined by trials and polished by perseverance. Her shine is not borrowed from the world around her, but flows from the essence of who she is. Unlike diamonds that wait to be discovered in the earth, she reveals her value daily through the way she lives, the love she gives, and the wisdom she imparts. A diamond is celebrated for its clarity, yet clarity in a woman more precious than diamonds is revealed in her vision and discernment. She can see beyond the surface, beyond the moment, beyond what others perceive. Her insight penetrates through pretenses, her understanding nurtures what is fragile, and her wisdom builds where there has been ruin. Clarity in her life is not about perfection, but about perspective, the ability to see possibility in chaos, opportunity in challenge, and beauty in brokenness. She carries an inner lens that allows her to call forth greatness in others, even when they cannot see it themselves. She is more precious than diamonds because her strength is not simply in her ability to endure, but in her ability to transform. She does not merely survive storms, she learns how to dance in the rain. She does not just carry burdens, she finds ways to turn those burdens into blessings. Every season of difficulty becomes a classroom, every heartbreak becomes a teacher, every trial becomes a stepping stone. Diamonds are formed under pressure, but she is formed in purpose, and purpose is far more enduring than any gemstone. Her presence alone has the power to shift atmospheres. Where there is discouragement, she brings hope. Where there is confusion, she brings clarity. Where there is despair, she breathes possibility. A diamond may sparkle when light strikes it, but her spirit radiates constantly, even in darkness. She carries a light that no shadow can extinguish, a fire that no storm can quench. This is why she is treasured, for her influence is not seasonal but eternal, not shallow but deeply rooted, not temporary but everlasting. Generations are impacted by her faithfulness. Children learn perseverance through her example. Families find strength in her consistency. Communities are lifted by her sacrifice. She is the unseen foundation that keeps structures from collapsing, the silent warrior who stands in prayer when others give up, the anchor that holds steady when the waves crash hard. Her impact is not always celebrated with applause, but it is felt in the way lives are sustained and destinies are preserved because of her unwavering presence. A diamond's brilliance may fade when hidden away, but a woman more precious than diamonds shines brightest when placed in the service of others. She finds fulfillment not in being admired, but in being effective. Her legacy is not in how many gaze at her, but in how many grow because of her. She is a cultivator of dreams, an encourager of vision, a protector of promise. She takes what is small and multiplies it, takes what is broken and restores it, takes what is forgotten and makes it flourish again. Her value is timeless. While beauty fades and riches vanish, her worth only increases with time. The more seasons she endures, the more precious she becomes. The more battles she faces, the more refined her strength. The more love she gives, the greater her legacy. She is not fragile like glass nor static like stone. She is alive, evolving, growing, shaping the world around her with her influence. This is what sets her apart from diamonds, her ability to adapt, to heal, to rise, and to keep shining not because of what surrounds her, but because of what is within her.